Hey everybody. So after his little event last night, the rest of the night was pretty decent. So then today came, and today was very much a 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, like emotional roller coaster type day. Not in a terribly bad way. There was one little episode that we were able to kind of capture him pretty quickly. But other than that, it's just kind of like the constant of this entire journey is it's not linear and 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So for example, he was able to come down on his vent settings this evening, but then like within an hour, looked really bad. They pulled a gas. He looked bad, went back up on the vent settings, and he stabilized out. So kind of, again, give and take. But some good news, he pooped twice last night. So he got there. However, it is taxing on him, and kind of the thing that's, it's causing him to work quite a bit because he has not used those muscles in a very long time. And so it is legitimately taxing on him to actually poop. Now, that being said, they weaned his dex today from 1.3 to 1.2, which was a step forward. They also took out his NG tube and replaced it with an ND tube. And the only difference in that, the NG goes into the stomach, the ND goes into the intestines. And so they got it in there, did an x-ray, showed that it was there in the right spot. Then he was able to start feeds at 2 milliliters an hour. And then he is responding to his diuretic. They seem to think that the problem of like the cause of a lot of the problems over the last few days has been that he had 2 days in a row where he was pretty positive. One was like 170, the other one was like 390, and they were back-to-back days. And so that was just a lot of fluid for him to retain in a short amount of time. Plus, during that time, he wasn't really pooping. And so it just kind of backed him up really bad, inflamed him quite a bit. And so they increased his diuretics, and the good news is that he is responding to it. He is within his fluid goals today, and so hopefully over the next couple of days, they can kind of get him into a really good spot going into the cath lab on Monday. Other than that, his vent stayed stable. Like I told you, he took a step forward, then he just kind of came back, so he pretty much was a net zero for the vent today. And then Hunter had fun at Wildlife Action Camp. He went with Gigi, and y'all see him in a kayak out on the lake. And then he went fishing with Papa, me, and Gigi, and he caught himself a 1-ounce tuna and a 48-inch feet bass. Those are all his words. But he loves fishing, and he's doing what most fishermen do. He's telling tall tales, and he is having fun, and that is the most important thing. He's out there having fun. So if y'all would pray for these 3 things. 1, that Jon David continues to diurese well, because if he continues to diurese well, then that affects those 3 major systems that we've talked about, the lungs, the heart, and the kidneys. If they're all working well together, then they all help each other out. So that's part of that diuresis. Make sure he's peeing off the extra fluid. 2, that he continues to poop to help move things along, and so that way they can increase his feed so that we can get more nutrients. And then 3, that you will pray for all the kiddos and families who are battling CHD, because again, this is not an easy journey for anybody. That being said, that's all I got for you today. Hope you continue to choose hope daily. Good night and God bless. We'll see you tomorrow. Jon David, cut it right bye-bye.